another week of KBBU Behind the Scenes with me, MichelleGreen, and the KBBU team. Hey, you might be noticing that tonight we have an extra video in our section of KBBU. Listen, tonight we had an amazing class, the undergraduate class. If you don't know anything about KBBU, let me just tell you right now, we are a business university. We have individual private strategy sessions and one-on-one setups. Then we have an undergraduate course that is for about 5 to 6 months. And every Wednesday from 7:30 to 9, we come on and we teach our students. Then we come on here to teach you and give you tips about entrepreneurship. So that's why we are here behind the scenes. And in addition to our undergraduate class, once you come through our course, you get the opportunity to further your education. How do you do that? Through our very important people, Masters class. So all of the coaches here are in our VIP Masters class, but tonight from our undergraduate class, we had a topic of discussion on business sales. When I say that we had a powerhouse tonight, our powerhouse was so powerful, he decided to join us in behind the scenes. So we are so excited to have you here, Mr. Lee Williams. Y'all give him a round of applause. Woo! Yes. So listen, let's see. We want to start with, I'm going to go with Coach Yoshi because he is our business sales coach, literally. And I'm just going to get some feedback from him, and then we'll go around the room and just share some of the things that we took away from Mr. Lee. And then we're going to let him just kick it off with whatever he wants to tell you tonight. Aren't you special? I'm trying to tell you, aren't you special? All right, Coach Yoshi, let's talk about it. What did you get from tonight's class, being that you're in business sales?
Yo, it was like, found my long lost other brother, Dr. Tina. We got our other twin. We triplets now. You know what I'm saying? We got another one. We triplets now out here. You know, but it's amazing because like sales is my passion. I love sales and everything. And so watching the sit back and watch it, I was just like, I felt like a kid watching Double Dutch. I was like, oh, I want to jump in. You know what I mean? Like, but like I say, he ain't left anything unturned over. He cooked, he did his thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Lee, like, I definitely took my hat to you, you know what I'm saying, on that part of the teaching and stuff on that. You made sales fun, and I think that's the most important thing because sales is really one of the most touchy, nervous part of business. Like, that's the most uncomfortable part of it. And, like, we have to try to teach people it's fun to let them know, understand, like, you're not selling me, you're persuading me on your vision and your dreams. And you know what I'm saying? And once the person get into that groove and they understand that, they be more comfortable talking to them. Then we got to teach them to keep it short and simple because now they want to give a verbal vomit and give us too much information and everything. So it's that balance in there, but at the same time reminding them this is your fun part. This should be fun to you. It shouldn't be the stressful part. It shouldn't be the aggravation part on that. And like you made, and that energy was there. Your energy was really high. You know what I'm saying? You were very knowledgeable about it. And you gave information like, you know what I'm saying? Like Randy Jackson, you got my vote, dog. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed every bit of it.
Love it. Thank you, Coach Yoshi. That is fire. I love it, especially from the perspective that, you know, you and Lee are really very similar in this aspect. Like so similar because y'all were like hand in hand, you know, like, okay, throw me the ball. I got it. I'm going to throw it back to you, and you got it. Okay, that's how it was. So that was amazing to watch, and I love that because that was so powerful to see. And all right, so let's go on next. We're going to have our very own Dr. Mary. What did you take away from tonight's class? My goodness. Uh-oh, you're muted.
Yeah, I have such a new respect for my coach. Listen, I get this every day, and I'm telling you, I had to recalibrate. And I was like, Lord, I get this every day. It's just such a blessing to be able to even be in his presence and him, because how we do one thing is how we do everything. And I mean, I think the part that really, really got me, and always when I hear him say it, people do not want to be sold. People do not want to be. It's just so much. I was like, oh yeah, I get an extra session. I get an extra session.
I love
So
it.
I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful because he do meet us where we are. He give us exactly what we need in the time we need it for the space we are in, so that we can move to the next level. I'm just really, really, really grateful just to be a part of his business, because everybody can't do what he do. Everybody can't do what you do. So I'm just grateful that y'all came together so that we can have this at KBBU. What I get every day, more than once a day. I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So it was just so many great things. And he always say that your mind has to be set. You can't
Yes.
you can't be trying to think about this thing. Your mind has to be set on what you're gonna do, when you're gonna do it, how you're gonna do it, and go get it done. Just go get it done. So I'm like you, Coach Yoshi. I was just like, I was a kid in the candy store. I'm like, oh yeah, I get to hear it again. I get to hear it
love
again.
it.
This is good. This is good. So I'm grateful.
I know that was a surprise for you, Dr. Mary, because you was like, it's a surprise,
Can y'all hear
yes,
me?
but you didn't know who it was. You didn't know exactly who it was that was
Can
coming
everybody
to
hear me?
Yes, we can. We can hear
And
you.
he often talk about you're not gonna be comfortable when you win. You really have to do stuff that's uncomfortable. And as you begin to do, the uncomfortable begins to be comfortable, and then you move to another level. So as you do that, it's no such thing, because just like in the undergrad here, we learn what we do, and then we go to the grad, and then we go to the VIP. So you're forever learning. And I think that's what it is also, in the class with my coach, my financial coach. I am forever learning. When I think I got it, he brings it from a different perspective. And I'm just really grateful to just be learning.
Thank you so much.
That's
So if you're
all.
watching us,
Can y'all hear me?
yes, we can. If Can y'all hear me? Everybody can hear me, right? Awesome. So yes, thank you, Dr. Mary, for sharing that. This is her financial coach, and this was one of my trainers when I was back in the day as a financial advisor coming through. So I'm trying to tell y'all, like, this was a special treat. We thank him so much for being here. So let's go around the room. I want to hear from Coach Cornell. What you got to say about tonight's class, sir?
And I'm kind of jealous because class got a little extra tonight. They got a little extra, and we didn't get the extra in our class. We had to go to the master's class to get this. So they need to be cash apping you. It's not who you know, but who you know.
I love it.
I'm not gonna tell you what that means. You got to come here to get that. Hey, but it's a big help. It was a big help for me, and I know it's a big help for everybody else. It's not who you know, but who you know.
Hey, I love it. That was some fire drop right there. It ain't who you know, it's who you know.
I was trying to remember what he said the last time I seen him. He had something that I can't remember. I think Tina probably remember what he said, but when he said it, it was mind blowing. It was something that he said the last time I seen him. But maybe it'll pop out later and he'll send it to you, Michelle. But I enjoyed the class thoroughly. I know everybody got something out of it.
Yes.
The class was enthused. They was enthused. So,
yes.
This is what you get in the master's course. This is what you get. Him and Michelle, they can run the whole thing by themselves. So this is what you get in the master's course. That's all I got to say on that.
Thank you so much, Coach Cornell. All right, can we hear from Coach Doris?
Hello.
Hi.
I feel like I've been patiently waiting all night. Oh my gosh. Man, I mean, I'm just like everyone else, all the other coaches. Mr. Lee, thank you so much. Just a profound information when it comes to sales and just yeah, simplifying it. Simplifying. I'm all about that. I'm all about simplifying. And the way how you break things down and really I think it's as I got when you said that most of the issue that we face comes from our mindset, you know, how we're going about how we're thinking and overthinking things and making it complicated than it needs to be. And really what stood out to me tonight the was mainly overall, to sum it up, you were talking about building relationship, right? It's about relationship, and that's really what stood out to me because when we, or for me, I would say reaching out or communicating, this is something that it's like everybody face cold feet unless you've been doing it over and over and over. You know, you get accustomed to it. But if you hear I'll say a few people, wealthy people saying the same thing, speaking the same language, you know it has to be what it is. You know that's the truth, you know. So I really appreciate it. I also today I came across this same thing about logic and emotions. You know, I don't want to say too much about what was discussed in the class, but it was just it really brought some clarity around some of the issues. I'm like, oh, okay, that's why. You know, okay, that's why. Especially with the following up with people, I think that seems to be one most people issues, like following up and how to go about doing that, and knowing that, you know, things you are not meant to sell to everybody, you know. So
Love
that's
it.
really what I got from the class. And yeah, again, thank you so much. Profound information. Thank you.
Woo! Thank you so much, Doris. Sorry
I
about
didn't
that
know if
wait.
we were having class, the behind the scene. I didn't hear anything. So I was like, I waited for a few minutes. I was like, okay. And I was like, oh, there's a link. Okay. So
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you so much. Awesome, awesome. Can we have Coach Preston? What did you get from tonight's class in business sales? What do you want to tell the audience out there, to all these billions of people that's watching?
Hey y'all, I'm gonna start there.
Hey.
Mr. Lee, I love it when the speakers, whoever it is, regardless of whoever it is, everybody on the screen, but especially you tonight, when I get them affirmations and confirmations, you know, because sometimes I struggle. I'm like, am I doing this right? Did I say I do the right thing? And then I hear from the experts, the Michelles, the Tinas, the Marys, the Cornells, the Yoshis, and the Doris. Y'all would pretty much say what I was thinking or say what I was doing, and I'm like, oh, that's very cool. To show you how it just, I feel like I'm on the right track, and I know I need to, you know, keep pressing the mark. I got paid tonight for my social media. Like right before I signed on to the StreamYard, it was like, hey, you just got some money. I was like, oh, that's cool, right? So I know my concept is there. For everybody that's watching out here, the billions that's out here watching, this is what KBBU will do for you. This is what Michelle, Dr. Tina, Dr. Murray, Coach Cornell, Coach Yoshi, Coach Doris, and of course yours truly. This is what we bring to the table, right? This is not just, you know, this is not entertainment. This is education. This is enlightenment, okay? This is what will get you from being that employee to that entrepreneur we talked about. All right. This is that step you need to take. Now, what I got from Mr. Lee tonight was, I call it checks and balances. You have to balance what you're saying to somebody so you won't get to check. Let me go check. Let me go check. All right. You have to balance what you're saying. You have to keep their interest and you have to lock them in. All right. If they're going to check, that means that basically they're still unsure you know, whether it's the money or the meaning of what you're saying. But when you lock them in, they want to tell that other person, hey, we're going to do this, right? That's the affirmation, you know. I got clients to do that saying, let me go check with the one that writes the checks, you know. And I was like, no, don't you go check them. Like you said, don't you go check. Let me check with them. I'll illustrate it better, you know. Basically,
Yes.
you don't want to tell them, but you're just along for the ride. Let me go talk to the engineer. Let me go talk to the conductor here, right? Yeah, you riding side saddle. Let me get this done. But I enjoyed that very much, Mr. Lee, and I will be watching that video because you dropped some nuggets. I was over here. I was like, is he an entrepreneur or a rapper? Because he dropping bars tonight. Like, that
is Preston. Oh my goodness. Thank you,
but
Coach
that was
Preston.
amazing.
Yes. Thank you so much. And last but not least, can we hear from Dr. Tina Ramsey?
All righty. Well, what can I say that hasn't already been said? I mean, a whole lot, but you're gonna have to be a member in order to get all that. First of all, I want to tell you, Lee, we saying Mr. Lee like we say Miss Diana Ross. Got to put some respect on that name. All right. So listen, he came in and he just showed off. Okay, now. People look at me like, oh, marketing media. Woo! When I look at them people who can talk themselves, because that gets you the cha-ching right after you teach. And so he really, I love how he broke everything down. Very simple. Because like Yoshi said, sales can be very intimidating. And most people look at me like, oh man, you're a seller. You're a seller. I have to convince myself of that every single day. I can do it. I can do it. I can do it, right? And so tonight, when he broke it down, I have never heard anyone say, I'm going to give y'all this one word. You're going to have to figure out what it means by getting into class. But he used the word FORM.
Yes.
And how he broke that down, because sometimes we get so nervous when we're in different, it's easy to talk when you're comfortable around people, but what about when you're not that comfortable? You need a system, you need a strategy, you need a plan. Well, he gave us a 4-step plan with a word we already know, which is form. And so every time when I get in that moment in the future where I'm like, oh, what I need to do? Form. And I'm going to go down those 4 little steps. And they're so easy to remember. And I was like, we do this, but we never thought about it, right? And so for me, he had so many great points. I mean, but for me, the one thing that I'm going to say, because everybody else said everything else I want to say, I'm going to say the form, because it was just simple. It was easy. It breaks down the sales process, how we can really, because we want to help people. That should be your goal if you have a business. You want to help people and not just sell to them, but how can you figure out what they need with what you offer? And one of the most strongest points that he said was, sometimes you need to know when to walk away.
Ooh.
Sometimes you need to know when to walk away, because if you see that you can't really help that person, why sell them something? And I was like, I love that. I love that. Everybody that comes to you don't mean you have to sell to them. It might mean that you need to redirect them to somebody else who can better service them. And so I'm just like, man, Mary, talk to Mary. You get him every day. I'm a little jelly. You get him every day. Michelle, you've been with him since 19. I'm a little jelly.
Yeah, long time.
No, but listen, I'm so happy that he came in and just shared this. I almost forgot where I was. I thought this was VIP. It just kind of like just flipped my mind, and I was getting ready to go into a whole different mind frame. And I'm like, wait a minute, this undergrad. Wait a minute, this at night. VIP in the day. Like, you totally flipped me up. So, but anyway, it was amazing, Mr. Lee. Thank you for everything that you do. Thank you for simplifying it so that we can understand, and just thank you just for being you at the end of the day. Thank you for just being you. And for all the other coaches that's in the room, thank you for being you too. Because listen, it takes all of us to make this go. And sales, why you think I don't teach sales? Because I don't feel strong with sales. So that's why Yoshi got it and Mr. Lee. So I need to help just as much as anybody else. So thank you for helping me and thank you for helping the students. That's all I gotta say.
Thank you, Dr. Tina. Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. So we want to hear from the man of the house of the hour. We want to hear from Mr. Lee Williams. You're going to have to unmute. Okay, you good.
Yeah. Thank you, man. I tell you, you guys are awesome, man. This is like the all-star team, right? This is the all-star, man. This is the all-stars, the best of the best.
These all-stars right here.
And it's so crazy because I was just talking to a coach yesterday, and he said there's 20 million children that try out for the small basketball leagues. By the time you get to high school, there's only 500,000 out of 20 million that makes high school teams. When you go to college, there's only 25,000 of the 500,000 that make it into college. And when it's time to go to pro, there's only 450 that go pro. If you've seen the professional basketball, there's an all-star team. There's 12 on each team. So out of 450, it's only 24 that makes the all-star team. And Yoshi, know what I'm talking about. It ain't but one MVP. So out of all that, you got one MVP. So how does that happen? Most people are trying to be perfect. I think that's the fear. The fear is I'm gonna make a mistake. Yes, you are. So go ahead and make the mistake and get over with it. I mean, it's like, what are you thinking? I mean, you're thinking success is this way and failure is that way. No, success is this way and failure is this way. I can fail 100 times, but the one time I win changes all of that. You know, I mean, that's Michael Jordan said what? I've missed more shots than you've taken. That's why I'm a success. And what I'm talking about is that you can't succeed if you quit. When I grew up, it was a thing called do or die. It ain't no maybe. It ain't no I'll try. It's do or die. And we did it because we didn't die. It's a mindset. Closing, sales, it's a mindset. I mean, I didn't know that Yoshi was in charge of sales. No wonder when he finished, I just looked at him like, ain't nothing for me to say. Perfect. I mean, I couldn't have done it, no, but humanizing the sales process. That's what I thought about when he was humanizing the sales process. It's not complicated. Tell your story. Whoever tells their story the most is going to make the most money. Because until you share, I don't know you care. So if I share something about me, you share something about you, we're building a relationship. That's all it is. Learn to ask the right question. I mean, when I grew up, I couldn't carry a conversation. I couldn't talk to girls. They're so crazy. I don't like guys either, but I couldn't talk to girls. I'm just saying, because I didn't, people got to rap. They got to rap. I ain't had no rap. Because I thought talking was overrated. Oh. The more people talk, the more ignorant they sound. That's who I was around. So I was like, I'm going to keep my mouth closed. And so what I learned is how to ask the right questions. And in the sales process, all you're really doing is you're having a conversation. That's what I like about what I heard. It's like, it ain't nothing foreign. You can only talk about what you know or where you're going. You're selling me where you're going, what you got. Teach me. Learn. If you don't know how to sell, learn how to teach. Learn how to teach. He was teaching me about how the electricity stuff worked. I mean, I'm so intrigued, right? I want to find out more. But you gotta hang with me. You gotta be a relationship with me to learn more. And that makes a person what? Chasing you. Does that make sense? The song, I'm chasing after you, right? No matter more and more. Chasing. You're chasing after because you want what he has. Instead of trying to recruit and sell people, attract people.
Come on.
What attracts me to you? make me feel, man, they were saying some nice stuff about me. Look, boy, I like this team. I like that. Boy, you said something. I want to be around you because you make me feel good. So what is it all about? Don't try to sell me what you got. Find out who I am. And I think that's so important. They said some awesome stuff, man. It's like the reason why I say everybody, anybody, it's not who you want. Y'all, there was Joseph and there was Jesus. Everybody wants Jesus. But sometimes you got to go through Joseph to get to Jesus. Everybody might not be your client, may not be your customer, might not be your assignment. Most people are your connectors. If you cast away the connectors, if you didn't have Joseph, you wouldn't have Jesus. Joseph was nothing but a connector.
That's it.
And that's so important that everybody has a role. It ain't no get out my way. No, he said, it's who you know knows. You got me? I mean, so I enjoyed it. It was great. You got so many different people from different backgrounds. That's so important. But as you improve, as you get better, and how do you get better? I play basketball. You keep shooting. Can you see the person sitting there dribbling? He's scared to shoot because he's going to what? Miss. He just keep dribbling. He look at the basket. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all see that? He keep dribbling. He look at the basket. You ain't scoring a point all night. You ain't going to make the team. You have to what? Shoot. And when you miss, you have to learn the lesson. I had to miss to know how I missed, to know how to adjust my shot. Steph Curry shot so many times. Y'all seen people shoot and they trying to hit a shot. Steph ain't trying to hit no shot. He know he gonna hit the shot. When Steph Curry shoot, it don't hit the rim. It don't touch the rim. And he's shooting from way out there. You know how many times he had to shoot to get to the point where his accuracy, it's like Robin Hood, William Tell, whoever you're gonna, you follow what I'm saying? If you've done it so many times, you're shocked when you miss. Most people hit a shot like, oh, it went in. Wasn't it supposed to go in? I mean, wasn't you shoot? You see my point? And we're the same way, right? We going to get a close. We're supposed to get a close. We shot when we don't get a close. It's like, what? What you mean? You let me think about it. Think about what? Let me ask you a question. If you think about it, by the time we get the next week, is something going to change? What I said. That ain't going to change. What the amount is. It ain't going to change. So between now and next week, what changes? The difference that changes, you made a what? Decision. And so what we got to get people to do is to put the environment together. Sales, put the environment together where you make it comfortable for them to make a decision, but you give them the decision to make. People that can't make a decision, but I've gave you the say, okay, take me to Baskin Robbins. Who remember Baskin Robbins?
Yeah.
How many flavors? Who remember how many flavors? 32 or 34, whatever, right? I ain't taking no child at Baskin Robbins. We went to Dairy Queen. You know what we said? Chocolate or vanilla. Do y'all see how simple that is? If you give people 1,000 choices, I don't know. Chocolate or vanilla. You know, so when you're closing sales, you set it up. You set the environment. You lead, they follow. Sales and I said sales, buying and sales are always going on every day, every time. You either selling or you buying. If you're buying, you're a consumer. If you're selling, you're the master.
Woo. And
you got to get to the point where you're closing. I'm not talking just to be talking. Man, Yoshi said verbal vomit. Well, what? I'm adopting that one, boy. I got that one. Verbal vomit? Oh, my God. Anyway, I was like, what is that? Oh, man. But anyway, I call it logorrhea. Y'all know what diarrhea is, right? Logorrhea is when it's so you just keep talking, keep running. You ain't say less. And sometimes we got to do that. When you're selling, I get them to tell me why they need what I'm talking about. Yoshi did that. He said, I know you care about your family. You know, your job to protect them. You want to make sure everything is safe. That's your assignment, right? That is something you want to do. So now, yeah. See, I told you, I didn't want to be sold. I want to buy. I said, yes, that's something I want to do. See, give me the choice, but give me your choice that I got to make. Vanilla or chocolate.
Wow.
I can meet you at 6 o'clock. Y'all in 6 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Options. They are choosing the option that I gave them. I can see you Monday and Saturday. You got me? So that's what it's all about. And when they were talking about the prices and stuff, Michelle, it's like they may just give one price. Have 2 or 3 prices. That's what Tina had. Tina had more than one price. So I can choose an option. If I think I'm all that, hit that one. If I ain't all that, hit that one. If I'm in the middle, hit the middle. Either way, 3 choices. She wins either way. But if you don't give me the 3 choices, I can't. Some people can't. You understand? Some people don't know how. They're not comfortable in making a decision. Talking about I don't make no quick decision. You might need to. Look at where you're at right now. You got to have a sense of urgency in what you got to do. Because if you're going to be in business, am I right, Michelle? You got to make decisions. You're in charge. You can't be. Okay. 5 seconds left on the clock. Okay, here we go. Time out. Okay, we got to get back in there, guys. I don't know what. Yeah, I wish you would. You the coach. I don't. What you think? What y'all think? No. Even if you call the wrong shot. If I can finish, Michelle, let's do this. You pull up to a stop sign. You stop. You can go right, you can go left, you can go straight. You don't know which way to go. Guess what a winner does? They go right. I saw Michelle go right, and I'm still sitting at the stop sign. And here Michelle come back up the street. Obviously, what? She went the wrong way. But guess what? Michelle knows she went the wrong way. She'll never make that right turn again because she knows it's the what? Wrong turn. And she went straight across. She made a left turn. I'm still sitting at the stop sign. And then Michelle come back up the street. That was the dead end too, right? And then she goes straight across. Now, I got a problem. I don't know which way I don't know what was down. She knows. How do you get the right way? You pick the wrong way. See, 50% of knowing what to do is knowing what not to do. If you ain't shot enough, you don't know how not to shoot it. Your legs are wrong, your arm is wrong, your elbow's out. How can I teach you? And you quitting. Winners don't quit, and quitters don't win. So I hope some of that makes sense to you. It's really not complicated if you start studying people. People will tell you how to sell them if you ask questions and listen. 2 ears, 1 mouth. Use them accordingly. The best closers are not talkers. They're listeners.
Boom! There it is. Y'all just were invited to the internal special guest tonight. I'm talking about undergraduate, VIP, and private strategy sessions all together wrapped up in one. And if you are interested in listening more, because I almost forgot where I was too. Okay, I'm over here like, okay, where my notepad at? I need to be taking these notes. But I'm gonna go back and rewind this, and I know y'all want to see more. So guess what we're gonna do? If y'all ain't known by now that me and Dr. Tina J. Ramsey are doing an event, we are collaborating, colliding our businesses, and guess what? Mr. Lee Williams is one of our guest speakers. Hello, let's go. The Media and Wealth Summit. Why don't you have your tickets right now? I don't know. Listen, click the link that will be below and make sure that you go to Eventbrite, pull up the Media and Wealth Summit. It's going to be October the 11th of 2025. Now, I know in your mind you thinking like, oh my goodness, that's a long ways away. No, it's not. Because I'm telling you right now, the tickets are going to be sold before the beginning of July. Okay? They're going to be sold out. So if you're waiting around to get your ticket, you're going to be missing out. We have the powerhouses of myself and Dr. Tina J. Ramsey, Mr. Lee Williams. We have our very own Dr. Mary Hancock. And Dr. Tina, go ahead and tell them the rest.
And we have Dr. Nikki Ziegler, which is a visibility expert, and we have Dr. Michael Finkley. He is a Grammy-nominated TV talk show host, and he speaks with many celebrities, and he have managed to build an amazing brand, just like Dr. Nikki. And so bringing all of these amazing people together at the Media and Wealth, you've been hoping, wishing, and praying for a long time for people to give you the answers in regards to media, because you are an entrepreneur, but you just don't get media. You're like, do I really need to take the time? And if I do, how do I do it? Well, we're going to teach you the how. And then Michelle and her amazing team with Wealth, honey, if your money looking funny, then you need to be at this summit. Get your little coin together and get you a ticket, because they are going to really teach you how to build that intergenerational wealth that we've been hearing about on all these different social media platforms. You hear it all the time, but you don't understand the terminology. You don't understand the language. They're going to break it down for you very simple so that you can be able to execute and take action. You don't need a lot of money to start wealth. And guess what? That is their job. They're going to teach you, because that is not my field of expertise. But hunty, they are going to be able to teach you all of that and show you how to not only build your personal and business, but also, most importantly, how to keep your wealth. Okay. And how to stop just using social media and TV and podcasting as a hobby or a thing to do, and show you how to incur wealth from it. Okay. How to build an income. So this is something that we are doing because we want to help. We want you to know. We want you to know how, and we are not keeping no information from you. You'll be able to ask those questions you want answers to and get the answers that you want to have. Come together with Michelle. It is something like, and then she's bringing in her people. I'm bringing in mine. This is definitely something that is brought together by love, because hunty, with the schedule that both of us have, we had to be still for a little while to be able to bring this together for you. And we're just so excited, because we know that your life can change. And if you was in this class tonight with Lee, he told you about how your life can transition. This is a transition to Media and Wealth. You want to transition, okay? And you can't do it by yourself. That's why I needed help. She needed help. So guess what we did? We came together.
That's right.
We both did it. I'm just so excited about everything. So go ahead and get your tickets, because people, they're not playing about them VIP tickets. I'm like, they buying that first. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are going to have get them tickets. Listen, it has been amazing. So if y'all are wondering, like, what is this KBBU really about? What do they really teach over there? All things business, everything that you want to know from personal and business sides of every aspect of the whole pie. Like, we're not leaving anything on the table, y'all. You heard Lee. He just taught a little mini class for you. You're getting the little snippets to what it could be. I'm trying to tell you, you do not want to not be in the room on October the 11th. Listen, you're going to get a whole lot more. And if you follow KB.MichelleGreen, you already seen our video to describe everything that we're going to have there. You're going to have the ability to eat. Okay, you're going to have the ability to get a swag bag. You're going to have ability to do a whole bunch of things, but I ain't going to tell you everything. You just go ahead and get your ticket in. And when you get to that screen that says to purchase your VIP ticket, or if you want to be a vendor, definitely go ahead and you'll be able to see all the things that we are offering today. Do it today. Well, listen, guys, that's all we have for tonight. I hope all hearts and minds are clear. We just want to give Lee a round of applause again for all his wisdom and knowledge that he has dropped on us tonight live for all these billions of people. Oh my God, that was amazing, sir. We really appreciate you being here. We are so honored that you would grace us with your presence. So thank you all for watching. Thank you, coaches, for your input. I'm telling you, y'all make sure you set your notifications at KB.MichelleGreen because next week will be our final behind the scenes live. And then we'll put it on repeat. Okay? Talk to you soon. Thank you all.